2, 1.
Welcome back, everyone, to Rites of Binding Inheritance. And this is going to be episode 6 for today. And on our new Tuesday time that we're going to play. Of course, we don't really have too much extra really going on, so we'll just kind of jump right into it. Other than that, we will have a recap that is going to be done by...
If it's me, I'm leaving.
myself.
Thank God.
Do it. We had fun last time.
So, previously we had the party encountering a room that had several different portals that they needed to enter in and grab ingredients to concoct a potion that would be used to place into the door to the next area that they needed to get to within the tower of Seer's Deacon, who they believe has the aspect of intelligence, which they are after. After some interesting circumstances, they learn that some of the fruit and things they collected are dangerous, and amongst other things. Eventually did complete it, and made it to the next room, where that room, it seems to be a laboratory for Seer's Deacon, and didn't take too much time looking around before they going up to the next door, which had a golem of some sort inside it, which it proceeded to attack Fern, who approached the door. And we began with initiative, and that's where we left off. And we'll jump right into it. Okay, so in our initiative list, we have Fern, Sylvia, Gorfrak, Kai, the Clay Golem, Let, and then Lionrith. For our other two companions, which is Elabella and Urjar, they will take any turns on Lionrith's turn for the sake of ease, if they do anything at all. Fern, you're up. One thing with this little kind of circle setup is that those, to make things a little bit easier, those are just ranges, about 15 feet each.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a little bit flexible in terms of what you want to do and so forth. But the one thing is canon is that you are next to the door.
Right. I would like to rectify that by taking the disengage action and not being near the door anymore.
Okay, where do you want to go?
Honestly, straight back as far as I can in a very much panicked ow, 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 ow. So I'm just gonna
you can make yourself to
is that can I get to there? Okay.
You can get to the second zone. Just because you're all the way at the far end of it, so you'll be at the far end of this tip. This is the one thing, sadly, that we know that is actually within the distances.
Yeah. So I'm going to do that, and at the same time say something along the lines of, Thomas, stop it!
Well, I can't if he's already upset. He will determine to clean up anything that is not supposed to be here.
Oh no.
But we are supposed to be here.
Well, he doesn't know that.
Can we explain
Can you tell him?
He can on Lyrith's turn. I'll have him on there.
Does that mean he won't stop attacking us?
Unless he thinks you guys are no longer a threat, or all threats have been eliminated, or he's deactivated. That's what it. Just logically, that's kind of how it would appear.
Can you tell us how to deactivate him?
I don't know in particular, but there might be something in his laboratory to assist you.
Are you particularly helpful? Yes, I feel like the answer's no.
No.
Well, I'm helpful to Mr. Deacon. Many of my other actions and things I can do are limited to his requests.
If only we had looked around before
walking up to the door.
Anyway, I think it's enough conversation there. Sylvia, you're up next.
Yeah.
I would like to do nothing and take the dodge action. I'm not going to aggravate this door.
Okay, cool. Gorfrak, you're up.
I think I am going to... I'm going to cast You want to cast Pass Without a Trace on everyone in our party, including Alabella and Urjar, just in case we need to hide in a hurry. So everybody has plus 10 to their stealth checks for the next hour.
Cool.
All right.
And then for
Sounds like Fern might eat some more fruit.
Give me a break.
Going to remind Piper for the 100th time to be nice.
Can I hold my bonus action until the golem goes?
You cannot. You
Okay.
can only hold an action.
Okay, I'm gonna cast then Shillelagh as my bonus action on my quarterstaff.
Cool. All right. Kai, you're up.
Can I ask a question of the useless floating orb before I go?
Because everyone kind of talked already, you'll have to wait till next round to ask him to continue a conversation. Because this is about 6 seconds worth of time, so you guys kind of had a little bit of a group discussion with him.
I'm considering. I draw one of my swords, but take like a giant step back, just like kind of guarding everyone else for now.
Yeah, we'll keep you the same range. You know what I'll do? I'll make sure that you are in between kind of everybody in terms of what you're kind of doing. And right, Clay Golem is up. It doesn't move out of the door and is embedded in the door. However, it seems to be a little bit more flexible than a normal clay golem and is able to stretch to what seems like about 30 feet.
Don't mother.
Oh no.
Nathaniel!
I will add to this that that seems like his full range he can do. Because you are at that, like, right at that edge. That's enough for him to...
Fern is at the edge, or the rest of us are at the edge?
You guys are completely clear if it doesn't seem like he can reach.
Out of range.
Fern just is almost there just because of literally how the numbers worked out.
Bitch. Gonna get reduced to having absolutely no hit points.
Oh no.
Do some 2 Constitution saving throws.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
no.
19.
Oh no. Oh no. Shit.
Don't forget
forgot to
div rolls, by the way. Just, I know you have a high one out there.
That's a good time to use my 20.
Use the 19, please.
Okay, so the last one will succeed. The first one will fail.
Okay.
Or you might want to use your div.
Yeah, I think I gotta use the div. I think I had a 20 left.
It was a 19 and a 16. I think you used the 16.
Oh, I used a 16. That's
on
19.
the
Yeah.
potion.
Okay.
You're
so
gonna give me a div roll so that I don't absolutely lose all my hit point maximum?
Yeah, you're fine now.
Thank you.
You do take, however, 32 damage.
Wow,
Are you
I'm down. I had 31 left. I had been reduced from 57 to 31, and now I am at 0.
Please.
Do we have a tactic for when our healer needs healing?
I have some healing spell stuff prepped.
Thank God.
Right, we have a druid. Forgot that for a minute.
You're up.
All right. I don't think anybody's going to see this coming, but I'm going to punch him.
I'm shocked. To my
I know.
Are you
really
sure
thought-
about that? Because
Yeah.
that does not seem like the right choice.
You're being serious?
though.
Yes, I'm being serious. It reduces your your overall total hit points possible.
What else am I supposed to do? I've only got 2 fists and a ring of truth.
Well, we
And a boomerang.
could
Stay out of
got-
range.
Throw the
I can't
boomerang.
violent ways
can't
to attack.
Find my boomerang. That's my only other option. It's missing from my attack options.
If you
think we
recall,
stay out
though,
of
Stratrona
range.
said something about deactivating him, so perhaps we focus on that.
Correct. Don't put yourself
There are a lot of
in
voices.
the way.
Sylvia, can you do an Arcana check for me?
Yes.
Hate that. Don't
I
know
help
what the
her.
hell that means.
It's magic.
It just means
That'd be
checking
helpful,
to see
really.
if I know.
Conversation, yeah.
Oh, a 20.
Yeah, good. So from how it seemed to have acted, it saw Fern as the only threat. It dealt with said threat.
Right, because she's unconscious now.
She's unconscious
A
on
lot,
the ground.
very much unconscious.
So
Wait,
once
Does
all
that
threats
mean-
are gone, then it will return to its state, and it seemed to only have activated when he went up to the door.
Does that mean if we revive Fern, it will think a threat has returned, or does it not matter?
Well, right now, it's still active. It was dormant earlier, then went to an active state upon Fern getting close to the door.
Okay, so we wait until it becomes deactive and then revive Fern.
It
Yes,
sounds
but
like
then at the same time, I'm
inactive
doing
now.
this on Let's turn, because if it sees other threats, it will add those to its list.
So
So we're not gonna punch
What?
the door.
I have a
all
follow-up
right,
question.
but it was really a mistake to leave this decision making on the point of one of the dumber players. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay.
Clarification, because I
started.
Yeah. What are you saying, Kai?
clarification because I can't see the map because computers fucking suck. We've made it more than 5 minutes.
I think.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we're at 13 minutes. You're okay.
So if Fern is not within this 30 foot range?
Mhm.
Okay, rephrase. If one of us goes up to this 30-foot range, are we then in the danger zone? Like in that?
With Sylvia's role, I think you can kind of determine that it right now has only identified Fern, and if you probably get within its ranges, that it's going to start looking again for things.
Okay.
But
So
once
we
it
stay
identifies you, it identifies you until you are
Okay.
gone.
Okay.
Um,
Perhaps a good move would be to grab our fallen compatriot and remove from the danger.
That's
zone.
why I was asking. I wanted to know if we got within, like, if we could grab her out of that
We
30-foot
wait-
range without being seen.
If we wait until the door deactivates, then we can grab Fern. If we go within the range, we're at risk.
Fern still has to make death saves when she's down.
all right,
So that's
I'm
one
gonna help.
reliable option.
I'm gonna help this conversation by letting someone know. I don't know who you are, but your microphone sounds like a horse ass. So fix it. I think it's either Piper or Madison. 2, I'm going to basically just take this turn as not doing anything because that seems to be the correct answer. If anybody has any complaints about that, you can mail it to my PO box at 185 Kiss My Ass Drive.
Is this any
Moving
better?
on.
Good to know.
Yes,
There's a zip
both
code with that
microphones are
too?
better. Yeah, it's 12345.
Okay.
What are you going to do?
Me?
Yeah, we're still waiting for you to do something.
I said I'm not doing anything.
Okay, so you're
I
doing
started.
nothing for your turn.
I am skipping my turn. I am simply deciding to go, oh, wow, and do nothing else.
Pull Fern out. Pull
I have-
Fern out.
We
I have a
have to
question.
wait for it to be inactive.
You
I
can
will-
take the disengage. Okay, whatever. Do what you want to do.
I have a question that may be
What I wanna
answered by
do.
the Arcana roll.
Mail your complaints.
Is the door intelligent to the point where, like, I don't know if we have an invisibility spell, but if they physically could not see Fern, would the door no longer think that Fern was there? That she was gone?
So, from your own, I would think even background, we'll kind of add to this. You don't know what capabilities the Clay Golem has, because that's not what the Arcana roll was for. But,
Okay.
because some things have the abilities of seeing in the dark, tremor sense, which is if they can feel things when they move, blind sight, which means they just can see whether they can actually physically see you or not. It's basically blind. sight. But you would imagine that it isn't that intelligent. You would imagine. Leave that to it at your will. We will have a line with turn. It goes up. So this is all the NPCs. It may surprise you, but Alabella does nothing and takes a dodge action. Urjar looks at Alabella. He does nothing and takes the dodge action. Lion Rith watches the rest of the party and takes a dodge action as well. Sir Thomas moves forward. And Krez goes closer to the golem and is saying, please, these are our dear friends, and I don't think that you should hurt them in any way. It looks him over, does the eye flashing back and forth as soon as it enters the 30-foot range. It identifies it with a blue color, and then that's it. It doesn't attack it or anything. Burn, death save.
Save. Yes, we once again identified the dumbest member of the party, which is me.
It's okay, I'm a close second.
Yes.
Nat 20!
So, you are stabilized with 1 hit point. And as a result, you can still take your action if you wish. Would you like to get up?
It's less of a get up and more of an undignified scramble back into the group.
Okay.
But yes, that is what I do. Undignified scramble back into the group. And a lot of panic. I'm just gonna...
Okay. Sylvia, you're up.
I would like to to take the dodge action, and if anything, back up. Actually, wait, never mind. Take that back. Can I start investigating the laboratory?
Yeah, I'll leave you in your zone. Roll investigation.
Guys, don't go near that door.
No shit, Sherlock.
I'll be sure not to do that.
Whoa, 26.
So within your realms that your slice that you're in right now, you dig around and you find a lot of like magical ingredients, like a variety of things, but you can't find the specific things that would activate or deactivate the store. But you do know it's in this room and it's in the area above you in terms of the slices.
Okay,
you're looking around and then you see the thing that you need to look at.
Oh, the one that would put me in danger.
Correct.
Oh, good.
So if we're out of the circle but in that slice, are we still in range?
The circle's the room.
Oh, okay.
The slices are distance slices, so representing how far you're away from him.
Okay.
And that'll be it for you, Sylvia. Gorfak, you're up.
I'm going to I'm going to look at Fern and use my 6 seconds of dialogue to ask, can you take care of yourself right now?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, not condescendingly, but in a caring way. Alright, I am going to cast Fog Cloud at first level. So it's only going to be a 20-foot radius sphere. I'm going to cast it right in front of the golem.
Okay.
Kind of right on the wall, just to where it hopefully will obstruct his view. And then I am going to pray to God that he does not have any kind of magical vision. So I'm going to just dip my toe into the 30-foot realm to see if he takes a swing at me.
Okay.
How long does the fog cloud last?
Fog cloud is 1 hour. Up to.
Okay.
All right. Kai, you're up.
Oh God. Um, again, I can't see the map, so I'm not sure where Fern is relative to me.
She's behind you.
Right behind you.
Very good. I say because my action was going to be to pull you back and make sure that I was between you and the thing that tried to kill you. But never mind.
The thing that did kill me, but not well enough.
It only gave a half-ass try. I don't know. I suppose I'm going to regret this. I have a feeling I'm going to regret this. But I'm going to follow Gorfrak to make sure she doesn't die.
Okay. I'll move you up next to Gorfrak. Is that it?
What?
Look around.
Irrelevant.
I do that. Look around.
All right. Well,
Don't
your investigation
smirk
check.
like that. I don't like it when you smirk like that. It makes me nervous.
You always should be nervous. Okay. So, with kind of assistance with Sylvia knowing where you kind of need to look, you find a set of like a magic rod, it would appear, and some like a bundle of papers that seem to be kind of like, not say schematics to it, but kind of like descriptions and things relating to it. You don't know anything about magic really, so these are kind of not usable to you, but you do have them. Clay Golem is up. It identifies that Fern is still alive. It sees 2 new adversaries in the room as it identifies both of them and then other adversaries.
Okay, so nobody healed me. Just happened.
And it's going to take 2 punches at one of each of you.
Sorry for healing with a natural 20 on my death save.
This is for you, Gorfrak, and this will be for Kai.
Ooh.
Both of those will hit. Con saves for both of you.
Nice. Nice.
Gorfrak, drop by 23.
Ooh.
No, you're fine. Just take 23 damage. You passed your con save.
And then you have to roll for faith.
Yeah, I know. I got that, and she failed that. So you take 17 total.
You dropped by 17 max. Oh no.
Not the worst thing to happen. But
I have no idea what any of my stats are right now, keep in mind, because I can't see Jack.
You have a total of 53, so you're minusing 17. So,
don't make me do math.
Yeah, I mean, that's all. I'm just saying, if you want it, that's where the stats
36.
are for you.
36.
I'm just gonna say it. This is just an animated clod of dirt, and it's kicking our asses.
I will
Very
say,
powerfully animated.
We have the key to turn it off though now. So I mean,
maybe
it
should be okay. Maybe.
Yeah, you don't know.
Well,
you got things relating to it.
Sirius Beacon is the real winner here because he has successfully created such a difficult way to contact him and get in touch with him. As an introvert, I would love to have this set up and never have to have anybody talk to me.
Try to come talk to me.
That
Your life expectancy is reduced.
if none of you moved this turn, it would have ended.
I knew it. I knew it.
So you're up.
More for next time.
So what I just heard was for once, Let was the good noodle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It'll never happen again. I hope you all enjoyed it.
Are we ignoring the fact that Kai got the thing?
No, it's appreciated.
We're not ignoring it.
If we had waited one round, we could have got the thing without people losing max HP.
And identified 3 new targets. Okay.
No love loss.
You guys are learning.
I'm just going to continue doing more of what has worked and not do anything.
Remind me if we can recover this HP or not.
Greater Restoration, which is a 5th level spell. Wish, which is the 9th level spell, which is the highest level thing in the game, or if you find some sort of location within the world. Like, there's other things out there, but like mechanically things that you can do is only greater restoration.
We said with love,
Greater restoration.
but
Is there no
bitch.
orb doing it?
They're cleric kind of focused, so wizards cannot deal with it.
Wizards don't do healing.
And Cirrus Deacon is a wizard, so
Gee, you guys, I just found my boomerang.
Boomerang! You do always
no.
come back!
don't attack it.
Let's,
I'm not going to.
let's over here living their own life to the fullest.
For
Yes.
the sake of assisting you with, so you're just not wasting your turn time, just take the dodge action if you're not going to do anything, and then if he tries to hit you, it'll have to roll at disadvantage.
Hey, I'd like to do exactly that. Thanks, friend.
Welcome. So Thomas will keep trying to speak to it. It'll ignore it. Elabella and Urjar are just kind of sitting there watching the situation. Leinrith is unsure what to do because everything is. Yeah, there's not like a clear consensus of what he should be doing, so he's gonna take the dodge action.
Ooh, I just had an idea.
Burn, you're up.
You know, I'm gonna heal myself with a second level cure wound.
We love to see it.
Cool.
That
That's
was
fine.
a lot of 8 whole 8 points.
8 hit
Damn it.
points. That's great. That's great. Doing good here.
And I will do nothing else. Well,
Isn't that now 1/3 of your max HP?
one fourth, just about.
Okay. Sylvia, you are up.
Do I need another
So-
investigation if I want to know if Kai has everything we need?
I think you can kind of see she just picked up everything.
Okay.
You literally just need to get probably a hold of it. You or any of your spellcasters could, but there are some spellcasters that are more equipped to deal with this than others. So
And I'm gonna say, Kai, bring the stuff 30 feet away from the door. I think that's its range.
I'm gonna fucking try.
And I'll take the dodge action.
New analytics being measured. That's Faith's favorite word approximately every 15 minutes.
I could also recommend if you want to hold your action to when she gets there, you can look at the
Okay, I'll do that then. That makes more sense. Okay, I'm done.
Gorprak.
I'm gonna take the disengage action so the golem cannot swing at me or shouldn't be able to
Okay.
swing at me as I leave range.
Cool. Okay.
I'm also gonna just go ahead and. Is the fog cloud doing anything? Is it giving it disadvantage? Anything at all?
Doesn't seem like it's been affecting it at all.
All right.
As magic
I'll just
eyes,
drop
it seems like.
I'll just drop the fog cloud too. It's
Look
not
with your
important.
special eye.
Okay. Kai, you're up.
So first, since I speak multiple languages and I'm half elf, I'm currently cussing in Elvish this entire time,
Of course.
And
Okay.
Sylvia can hear all of it.
and I
Understand
get
all
out of
it.
range. I move away, so I'm no longer inside the 30 foot.
So I think
And
this is a.
disengage.
Yep. And you got it. I was about to see if you needed it. At this point, Sylvia, you're able to activate your action now and look it over. This will be an Arcana check.
I
Yes,
help?
sir.
I haven't
I'll
used
allow
the
it this
action.
time, but next time, do the hold action to help.
Thanks, because I got a 10.
Yeah, roll that again.
Oh my god.
That's mine.
So
I'm a
this
little,
is a.
I'm a little woozy. I'm a little woozy from getting hit by the rock man. So
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
woozy.
playing the door Johnson.
So this is a moment where each wizard kind of has his own unique writing style, and you're having to like get used to his, because this is all these notes and things are his and meant to be read by him. So it's hard to decipher for a bit. Looks like you'll need to take some more time to read through it. Okay. Kai, it's yours. Clay Golem. The Clay Golem is takes a general look around in its area, doesn't see anybody new. Identifies that its 3 targets are still alive. Then it is going to change its fist into a long pole-like thing and then end its turn.
No.
This thing is literally not my best friend.
Yeah,
I don't even kind of like it.
It's emotionless, so it's not your friend either. Like, his
So are
friend.
we to now assume that his range is longer than 30 feet?
Roll an intelligence check. Just beat a 10.
It's a raw intelligence.
Yeah, it's raw intelligence. You're unsure. If someone else wants to roll intelligence, you can also roll here until someone gets above a 10.
I real dumb. My friend got hit in the head and I feel real dumb. There we go.
Really a smart here.
21 better do.
So you get the impression that it's made for hitting specifically things at the 30 and beyond to a limit of 60.
Great.
I don't know if anybody saw my roll, but it really tracked with what's accurate there.
Yeah.
Every time Sylvia rolls something, I feel like it's just a middle finger to all of us who aren't good at that thing, and it's amazing.
Let you're up.
I pictured the conversation of Gorfite going, "Man, I just don't know. Can it hit us now?" And Sylvia going, "Obviously, it can hit us if we're in the room."
It's like, and Lex sitting here like, can it hit us? And it's literally swinging the pole inches from
Right.
their face.
I will
It's an
say
inch away from their nose.
that the damaging part seems to probably only encompass the 30 to 60 range mark.
So we're all in danger.
Or if we get
Well,
closer,
only-
it can't hit us.
The 30 to 60 range mark. So anything past 30 feet and lower than 60.
Smartness.
Which is where we all are at currently is 30
I
to
mean, we
60.
could move closer.
I'm going to be honest here. I know you're measuring here, but I did not draw that to scale, and somehow it's relatively close to scale.
Impressive.
Nathaniel, and you call yourself a geographer.
It's called, I logged on today. I probably should add a circle to this battle and added it this morning when I got back home.
I don't mean to be this way,
Fair
but I
enough.
think the fact that it's almost to scale makes him more of a geographer than if he had intended to make it to scale.
Yeah,
I'm going to be really honest. If there's one skill you develop over time in GIS, it's getting really close without actually measuring it.
Anyway,
That's
Let, you're up.
horrifying.
All right, boys and girls, I don't know what the hell you want me to do. My intelligence roll is just about as clear as I can make it that I have no idea what's going on here.
Just look at your fearless leader. She'll let you know what to do.
Do you mean our mean leader? Because she'll tell us what to do, but it won't be very kind.
I didn't say that she was nice or mean or anything. I said she was fearless.
Fair enough. I think I'm supposed to just disengage and sit here.
Or dodge.
That's what
or
I meant.
run closer in hopes of not getting hit by the poles.
Run
Is there not a
closer?
bunch of, like,
Do you understand that you can be closer to the pole, but it's still going to hit you?
Think of it like if a spear's trying to hit you, the shaft of the spear isn't going to hurt, but the pointy metal part will.
Right. And he said it's specifically designed for 30 to 60.
So I'm
So,
supposed to
I
get
have a
closer to this
question.
smelly thing?
But that last slice is beyond 60. If we go to that last slice, are we okay?
No, so
It's not the scale.
yeah, not to scale. This section right here, that is all it can hit. Hint, hint.
Hint.
Teaching mechanics of avoiding specific ranges.
The target people should probably move out of that range. Is what
Little
I'm
D
hearing.
just isn't some people's strong suit.
Where am I supposed to move? Just somebody tell me at this point. I didn't.
Oh my
wasn't-
god.
I couldn't see when he was pointing at it.
Here, I'll
Wow.
redraw.
Let and Sylvia and Lionrith are not currently targets. And so I
So
don't
anything
think
in
they
this
need to
range
move.
is hittable, and you have to stay within the circle.
But you're not a target. Only Fern, Kai, and Gorfrak are targets.
This is starting to have the same energy as when anybody tried to explain math to me.
I will,
So
to help you
yeah,
out here, Taylor. When it went to attack, it identifies all new targets within its range. This is its new
So now that we're
range,
in this range.
so it will check
Why
next
didn't you
turn.
just give Why didn't you just give it magic missile like I said? You had to do this. You had to make it. You had to make
I mean,
it
I
do
could
it.
have, but then you guys wouldn't be able to dodge it. You've just been taking damage every turn.
We're taking damage every turn. You're describing path A and B. And
No, one is you had the option.
are.
The other one is you don't have the option.
Get closer. Get within 30 feet of it because you're going to be a target regardless, and it can't do damage with its little pull arms if you're within 30 feet.
Yeah, the pull arm is actually like really like slow. So yeah, like when you walk up to it, you can just like kind of like step aside it as it's trying to poke at a distance.
This is turning into a game of Wipeout.
That's exactly what I'm imagining.
Okay, that makes me feel a lot better because
I
I was
can't
writing
believe
down
this is
questions
hard.
and I was wondering if we could jump over the pole like they put in Wipeout.
Is this really this hard for you guys to grasp? Come on, like it's not that hard.
I'd like to
All right.
propose to the community that Sir Thomas's voice is now John Cena and Nicole Byer announcing Wipeout.
Anyways, Let, what are you doing? It's
He
your
moved.
turn.
I already done did it. I moved.
Okay.
Not right up next to it.
Lionrith
know
in the
what?
group moved up a tier. Fern, you're up.
Give it a little kiss.
Yeah, I know. I'm up, and it's a problem.
Not much of a problem.
Brain hard word, think. Gonna get closer.
That tracks.
Gonna get closer.
Okay.
But behind Let.
Of course.
Okay.
Listen!
Is that
Just
it?
got fucking downed in 4 hits. It was bad. Yes, that's it. Probably
Sylvia,
heal
you're
myself. Oh well.
Hey, I'm going to move closer and then continue to investigate these confusing
Roll
notes of
good.
Cirrus Deacon.
Yeah, roll some Arcana.
Please roll nice.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
god.
Still nothing. Okay. Gorfrak?
Oh no. Oh
Okay, I'm gonna start my turn by yelling at Alabella. Obviously, you're a spellcaster. Can you either help us read these instructions, or maybe, I don't know if you're religious in your magic, but can you heal some of us? Whatever you would choose, any intervention would be wonderful.
He gives-
Then I'm
Or
gonna
at least
move.
be some cannon fodder.
She gives specifically Sylvia a
Get
look and
stabbed
says,
for us.
"Do you want my help?"
Would you please?
She asked me.
Oh.
I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I'm sure struggling to decipher this.
Roll persuasion.
no. So wow. That bitch.
I feel like this is the equivalent
There
of her
were two
going
people within this
beg.
group who are adamantly against her, so she doesn't have to.
Oh my gosh.
Sylvia, I'm sorry that I wasted your divination roll on making me
Yeah, I try
not
to
completely
persuade her
die.
since I've been buddying with her.
Yeah, roll again. I think
Not that I have-
this is the
I
Gorfrak
have a
help.
plus- I have a
Cashed in
plus
that
0.
goodwill from earlier.
Wow. Only marginally better.
We'll see when we get to her turn.
Okay. I'm gonna move up a tier for my movement, and then for my action. Was my talking my action? So I provided the help action already, or can I ready the help action for
Ready for next time.
Sylvia?
Sure.
Okay, I'll ready the help action for the next time Sylvia investigates.
Hi.
No, the investigation was great. It's the deciphering and the arcana rolls that are.
That's what I meant. The Arcana.
I wrote questions.
Okay, cool.
Clarification ones. So, because it's clay,
Mhm.
tends to be breakable.
Mhm.
A, can I break the pole? B, if I do, does it cause permanent damage? Like armless.
It's a good question. It is definitely, you would imagine, breakable, but again, this is like magic clay, so you don't know if it's gonna like climb back to its master sort of thing, or what's gonna happen. That's up to you. I'll consider it a just normal hit against it. None of you have actually attempted to attack it yet.
I'm not going to attack it. I just have questions.
Okay.
I need to know. Number 2. You said both its arms are these pole things?
Yes, it fused its arms into a pole, so it's kind of like this, kind of like just jabbing out at you.
Got you.
That again for the camera, Nathaniel.
Would it be possible, like, not... Can it re-separate and keep one pole in one hand so it can still hit you if you get in range? Don't take that idea. It's not a good idea. I'm just...
No, it seems like it to create its pole for the distance, because its two arms can only do the normal up to that 30-foot distance. To get to the full 60, it has to use both arms. So if it takes it apart, it will return back to its original punching zone.
Only two more, I promise. Because
okay.
One of them is I'm new at D&D. The other one is me trying to trick you, which I don't know if it's going to go well.
Why would you tell him?
You can try.
Don't tell him anything. The less he knows, the better off you are.
Not okay. So if we get within the 30 feet, is the golem now defenseless? Like it can't do. If we were to do anything against you.
However, it does show that it can revert itself. So it might
would that take?
Probably an action.
Okay. And then even though I'm shit at magic, can I help her?
In this situation, this is highly complex magic, so you would need to be a wizard or a spellcaster.
Okay.
A spellcaster actually understands magic.
You can read about it, but this is like the actual practical stuff that you kind of need to have experience with.
Half of me wants to be insulted. The other half points out that if I can throw a dagger faster than you could say a spell, I win.
There
are some benefits.
Throw a dagger and my shield spell would be triggered. So
unless she throws a dagger really well.
Ladies,
really
you're
good.
both pretty. Move along.
So anyway,
I move up close to, like within the 30 feet. Please.
All right. Move the clay golem's turn. It's going to see that none of its targets are in range, and there are no new targets in that range. It's going to revert back to its two-handed mode. But you're up.
This is just a game of dodge the golem.
I was going to say, can we play chicken with this thing and just zigzag back and forth until he gets pissed and gives up?
It won't give up, but yeah.
Sometimes.
We have infinite tries.
Yeah.
I literally don't know what to do on my turn now.
So if you haven't figured it out, you just swap back and forth.
Thank you.
Is it still aware? It's not that complicated.
So I can just go back. Oh my god, everything besides the button I want.
Yeah, you did a measurement.
Can you fix that? Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I just go back here?
Yeah, you can go there. You're a monk. You can go that distance. You're fine.
This is the most annoying battle I've ever been in. I haven't gotten to bloody my knuckles. I haven't gotten to feel the sweet joy of flesh hitting my palms. Nothing.
Please don't
You
say that
could have
again.
punched it, but you guys haven't decided to do that.
I would like to add the word flesh to our Lines and Veils document. Thank you.
Okay.
I said
It's called, you have access to that document, and you should write it in there.
Well, I don't have it right up here because I didn't think I needed it every single session.
Okay, well,
Incredible.
Move to the Lionrith turn. Move down. Elabella will assist you, but she will do hers at disadvantage because she's not really wanting to do it.
Petty bitch.
Find her.
This is such a character. And I don't know how I feel about her. I don't think I like her.
Well, I mean, were you guys nice to her when you first met her?
She's also really suspicious.
Again, you meet suspicious people. Doesn't mean you have to be mean to them.
I wasn't mean to them. I don't know what you're talking about.
I have to be mean
We
to
didn't
everybody.
want
Just
her-
immediately bow down and be nice to me. It's called reason.
How should
That's
you have
24.
disadvantage?
We didn't want her to travel
14
with
and-
us.
Wow. You got a,
Oh, Bella.
you have a plus 10 to.
Understands magic.
for-
Um,
okay, so that's Sylvia, and Sylvia only has a plus 6 to Arcana, or plus 4.
I think funny
looks
enough,
like-
Sylvia doesn't have proficiency.
She doesn't have proficiency. She
In
doesn't-
Arcana?
Yeah, you don't. Those
Why
funny
do I
enough
not
that
have proficiency in Arcana?
you have it in history, insight, investigation, perception, and persuasion.
I was gonna
However,
say,
you do
choose-
have
That was a poor choice on my part of not understanding what I needed to choose proficiency in.
I mean, you can always during with the feat. There are ones where you can get extra
True.
skills and things. That's always an option. There's one I'll toss to you after today's session that you probably will like to do. Yeah. So she
What level
like
are you
points to a specific line on the papers, and like you're like flipping through it, trying to interpret them, and she's like, "Okay, you just read this, hold it, wave it in that
Mhm.
direction." So on your turn, you can at least diffuse the situation.
Okay.
Fern, you're up.
I have a clarification.
Yes.
The golem's only action was to revert back to normal. It hasn't since that we're still within its range.
Correct. It seems like it chooses each range.
Okay. Okay, continue. Sorry.
I'm just moving and healing. My level 1 cure wounds just did more than my level 2. This is bull crap.
I had the other day where I was using a sword two-handed, and the one-handed consistently had higher damage rolls.
Ridiculous. Dice. Anyways, that's my turn, is moving back and healing myself so that I am not dead.
All right, Sylvia. Arcana check with advantage. This represents
Oh my
the
gosh. Okay.
doing the proper thing. This isn't that hard. This will be a feat if you fail this.
Wow.
One more time. Okay. You did fine. You didn't need to get that high at this point. You wave it, and it deactivates, but
Oh,
it puts it only in its dormant state.
Hmm.
So it's not completely deactivated.
It is like, again, it's going to go through
So if
phases.
somebody goes up and knocks again, we repeat
Yes.
what just happened.
And that we will end combat for now.
Thank fucking God.
Okay, that one was my bad. That was my bad.
It's literally every 15 minutes. At this point, I'm just kind of impressed.
Fern is literally like.
I have an
gasping
internal
for
timer.
air.
I'll turn to Alabella and say, "Thank you for your help. I was struggling and couldn't make head or tail of his notes."
Honestly,
gonna-
it's pretty dense. I don't blame you. There's probably another phrase that we need to use that will unlock the door. Probably just need to look over it some more.
I presumed, yeah. To continue looking
I'm
around.
almost doing an arc. Oh my gosh.
Or is it in this book or whatever that I have?
Yeah, you just need to do another Arcana check. This is the one that deactivates it.
Okay.
Just read more of
Gotcha,
it. For the sake of ease for you, we will just kind of like in a few minutes you'll get it.
Okay.
We won't have you do the 20 rolls.
Continue to roll as I get
Yeah.
5s and
Yeah.
This is
7s.
called. This is called Nathaniel thought this combat would take 30 minutes, and we've turned it into an hour 10 of combat.
Never forget, every time it's meant for like 8-year-olds, it takes us like 20 years.
Like I said earlier, on end of turn 2, you could have ended that combat.
I'm sorry that I rolled a natural 20 on my death save.
Well, you didn't have to get up.
I think
Stay
our,
on the ground.
I think our collaborative story that we told is better now. Because we all have half hit points now.
Yeah, who's hurt? Who needs a spell, a healing? I have. Yeah.
I could. If
Everyone
we have to
except
fight
for
Sirius
Matt.
Deacon, though, then we might be screwed.
Sylvia. Gorfrak?
You dish out your healing. Is there anything you want to do in this room before we go to break?
Keep my hands to myself.
I wanna thank Alabella for her help.
As for Gorfrak,
He gives you a nod of like.
I specifically want to tell Alabella that we didn't need her and we would have eventually figured it out, and she can leave anytime she's ready.
Can I roll an unarmed strike to slap let me
For it.
I
don't even know if to do that because I'm not a martial fight. There we go. Unarmed strike. +2.
I mean, everyone has an unarmed strike. It's just you hit. That's a 19.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, your AC is 18.
damage.
Yeah.
Wow.
Your strength,
Exactly what I wanted
isn't your
to
strength
do.
-1?
Yes.
Yeah, so you would you get lightly tapped. You don't feel it really.
Yeah, it was more for show because I wanted to trust us.
I kind of grudgingly tell her thank you as well.
So where did the heals head?
Right, so just one by one going up, muttering and touching. First Sylvia, then Gorfrak, then Kai. So Sylvia gets 11, Gorfrak gets 8, Kai gets 10.
Oh, I took the 11. So
Kai's at max.
3.
Never mind, my bad.
Oh shit, that's right. Mother. Fine. I abstained from that last one, I guess.
I'm not at max.
Yeah, heal Gorfrak. You should be able to see the bars on D&D Beyond.
Right, but I took the little reduction as having less health.
Yeah, Kai still shows that.
Yeah,
if
if you go to your hit points and then where it says max plus max, just put minus how much you've lost, and then it'll put that red bar, which you can see for Kai.
Okay, let's see if I can figure.
Well, is there anything you guys want to do, or we'll just hit a break? How about we think about it, and we'll find out next time.
I want to investigate. I just want to see what else is in the room that would be of interest to me.
I want to check on Fern.
We can have
think
that
about the room
next time.
specifically right now. You can roll your investigation check, and then after that we can.
Of course, the 25 when it's relatively irrelevant.
25. Okay, so like I said, you find a variety of expensive materials and things. Here is the general list of things and their values, because that was a impressive investigation. There is a powdered ruby dust that's worth 1,500 gold. There is mixed gem powder that's worth 5,000 gold. There is one diamond that is worth 1,000 gold and two 5,000 golds. A jacinth, which is worth 1,000 gold.
What's a jacinth?
A gem. Again, these are all like gem. These are all spell components.
Are we allowed to take these things?
Addison, it sounds like you're making noise when you're typing or something. It's giving weird feedback.
Yeah, we can hear her keys typing. That's kind of. There is crushed black pearls, which is 500 gold worth. There's holy water worth 25 gold in total.
I want the holy water.
There is forked metal rods. There's 4 of them that are worth 250 gold.
Running forks for planar travel. Sorry, Fern doesn't know that. I know that.
Hold on. I'm assuming that we cannot take these because this is still Serious Deacon's lab, yes?
Yeah, this
don't go
belongs
stealing
to a
his
friend,
shit.
guys.
I'm not.
Yeah, I
I
think
may-
there will be consequences.
Yeah, I may have robbed an orc, but if I learned anything, it's not to steal the possessions of somebody with power.
Yeah, like the most powerful wizard on the continent.
But you can go steal from the powerless. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Exactly.
And that's
Yeah,
where
what are
we'll.
you gonna do about it?
Of Robin Hood.
I think we'll do a
Reverse Robin
breakdown.
Hood.
So we'll see everyone here in a little bit.
one.
Welcome back, everyone, from our break. We're going to basically just kind of continue on from where we left off. Gorfrak, what would you like to talk with Fern about?
I just want to like check on her and like just to make sure she's okay because she just got hit 3 times, and almost died. So I just want to check in with her and ask if she's okay because I know that Sylvia is probably going to rip her up one side and down the other. So I would like to be the yin to that yang in this moment.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Hey, are you sure? Are you look? You've got a black eye. Your elbow looks like it's out of place. Like, what do you need right now?
Can't fix. Listen, I don't know. I feel weirder, like weaker, but I think maybe I just need to sleep or something.
Yeah, or maybe we need to find a church when we get back to Lux or Vellum or wherever the next major city is, because magical golems do that to you sometimes. They sap your strength, and yeah, they're not natural. I don't really like those kinds of constructs. They're kind of an affront to what Gaia does and the life that she creates. Anyway,
I'm gonna pretend to understand that.
It's
Sure.
like, you know how Azaman is.
Don't try to explain. It's not gonna work.
Okay. Okay. Anyway, do you need anything else? Are you okay? Do you want some more of the aquatic onion? Thank you.
No.
Okay.
Can I come join this conversation for a second? And I'm trying to be. First of all, I was eavesdropping because that is my entire purpose in this entire.
Of course.
And I start off by going, I feel weak too. I don't think it's just you. And then hi, Jenny Bean. Sorry.
Dog.
And this is when we find out Kai has a familiar. No.
Sorry.
Incredible.
And then I'm trying to be. It's really awkward because I'm trying to be nice, but I'm not going about it very well. So I kind of reach out and pat you on the shoulder, Fern, and I'm like, that was really, really stupid, but so brave, and I'm kind of impressed.
Thanks.
It's supposed to be a compliment.
Thanks.
Encourage her.
I'm going to kind of look at Kai and then look back at Fern and say, you've done great today, but maybe let some of us do the knocking on the doors until we can, like...
You can knock on every door for the rest of the time that we hang out. Please.
Cool.
Are you forgetting Sylvia knocked on the door to the tower?
And look where that got you.
Doors, I have learned, are very dangerous.
Doors are for people with no imagination. It's fine.
Okay.
And the door count of like danger level in the past few days has like 50-50, really.
Yeah.
Half the doors are normal doors. The other half of the doors are death traps. So you never know.
This game is starting to give me like really unrealistic, otherworldly fears.
Like doors?
Yeah.
You needed more of those.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you think Sylvia's done reading her book yet? Can we go?
I was going to say,
I'm
let's
real
go talk
tired
to
of this
her.
weird tower.
Yeah.
Well,
I second that.
I think it's about the time when Sylvia finishes up the command rod and the door opens.
Oh, thank fuck.
And there's
I'm not going in
Me this
first.
time.
All right. Who's
Don't
going to
have
go
to
first
knock,
up the
it's
stairs?
open.
I'm not going first.
I'll go
Sylvia will go first because she's the only person that actually has had multiple conversations with Cirrus Deacon.
Valid, actually.
Now we're thinking with our brains.
I'm
All
just concerned that there are going to be more traps.
You head to the next floor. This kind of looks like a living space. There is 2 doors this time. They look relatively normal. There is one that seems to be based in the room itself, And then there's another one that seems to lead to another floor of some sort.
Doors looking normal means Jack.
With that
Correct.
perception, you can determine, because I bet you're going to ask, are the doors dangerous or any traps in the room? Is that the correct?
No, my question is, can we hear Cirrus working behind one of these doors?
You don't hear anything.
She's
All
not
right,
here.
I think
I swear.
I think we need to pause and look up at Sir Thomas and be like, "All right, little floating metal abomination, what's next?"
His name's Thomas.
I said Sir Thomas.
This
Metal
is
Abomination is a good name too.
his living quarters. He's just up one more floor.
Okay.
Is
are
that
there
how we're
any
gonna
more-
attack us?
Are there any more surprises, guards?
no. I just
Can
would not
you knock on
recommend
the door?
trying to enter his
Safe.
bedroom.
What was that?
Don't enter his bedroom.
Don't enter- Okay, noted. Let's go upstairs.
Will
Please
you
don't
knock on the
acknowledge
door
my
for
role.
us?
Okay.
Really want to enter a random guy's bedroom, but all right.
Burn,
Right.
no.
All right. You head up to the next floor.
Mhm.
As you get to the door, it opens and nothing happens. And you continue up.
Okay.
When you reach the top floor, it is just kind of like reaches a like trap door, like a up to the ceiling basically. You open it up and it leads out to the roof, and it is just a circular roof, pretty flat, nothing too crazy up there. There's some guarding plants and so forth, and nothing. It's pretty bare, honestly. Very much someone who isn't interested in too much of aesthetic and more of just practical purpose. In the center is a shattered device. You have to guess, or rock of some sort, but that's probably the least confusing thing. As you would say, about 90% of the roof is in the monochromic color, so there is no color up there. He is standing there in it, also doesn't have color, and he seems to be in a pose along with the magic that he is casting in the process of doing something. And
Frozen?
this shattered thing is in the center of it, and that's it.
Is he frozen?
Did he eat an onion?
Valid question.
He knows enough about magic not to do that.
Yes, he is a very smart individual.
So wait, he's
I
not
wanna-
moving.
Not moving.
So he's
look
not moving
at-
at all.
I look at
Upon-
Sylvia and
No, you go.
Alright. I look at Sylvia and Alabella and I say, "Got any ideas here?"
And
We
right
certainly
after
need to
Gorfrax
investigate
says that and Let walks in, they go, "What the hell is going on in here?" Like as loudly as they've ever spoken in their life.
I think we get that like scene of where we pull out from the tower to like the ground level, and we can hear you all the way from down there, and we kind of
The
still see
swamp
the
creature looks up and he's like, "What?"
the vine creature kind of like looks around.
It's like that one
Well,
scene
I
in
rolled a 9 for investigation, so
Yeah, you don't see anything. I didn't see it in.
somebody wanna help me.
Piper, you probably need to reconnect your extension.
Yeah, it's we didn't go through, but I see your 9. You don't get anything out of that.
Okay.
I would like to help her investigation by yelling even louder again. What the hell is going on in here?
What? Is this like the monochrome look that was in Elysium? The celestial plane. I didn't see it myself, but is that what it looks like?
that was my
For
thought.
all of you that saw it, yes.
Did I see that?
Yeah,
So-
everyone should have saw it.
Can we now
Except me,
tell
who's
that
present.
this weird ass do we think that this weird ass monochrome world is coming from him, like this is his doing, or is he reacting to it?
Yeah, we'll have your roll perception.
I think we should have our spellcasters roll Arcana on the situation.
Yeah, do
There
that.
wasn't any wind in the celestial plane like there usually supposed to be.
Kai, for your perception of 14, yeah, you can kind of indicate that he's probably not the source of it. It's hard to determine what is, but you can maybe speculate whatever's in the center of it, which seems to be whatever this broken thing is. It might be.
Ooh, good job, Stevie.
Okay, so you got an Arcana of 21, and what's your question?
I have a
Too many questions.
I have a theory and then a thing to try. If you have no idea.
You sure?
This rock doesn't happen to look like a familiar meteor, does it?
Or just what does the sphere thing tell me about the sphere thing?
Are you talking about the broken rock thing, or are you talking about the sphere of influence that has been created by whatever is going on?
You said there was like a broken rock thing in the middle?
Yes, that's what you're asking about?
Yeah.
You are unfamiliar with anything like this. However, you did have a 25 earlier, according to your investigation within Sirius Deacon's laboratory. And you can identify it as what he claims it is, and at least what he's named it, as a temporal shard.
Oh. Yeah, that's
I
right.
like none of those reactions.
And that has to do with dunamancy, I'm assuming?
It's speculative, yes. Religion, I don't know what angle you're going for on that one.
Because it was related to celestial plane.
Yeah, I was gonna. That you could ignore that. It's not gonna.
Okay,
happen.
I was gonna say that you don't get anything out of either of those 9s.
Hey Sylvia.
Well, I have a basic perception question that a 9 might work for.
Okay.
What is Sirius Deacon's demeanor in his frozen state? Does he look concerned? Does he look confident? Like, what's his facial expression?
Kind of some fear, some concern, surprise.
Oh, Sylvia.
Yes,
Can I also see where he's looking?
He is not looking at it. He is looking away from it.
Cool.
Interesting. Sylvia, do you think this is why he wasn't responding to messages?
Oh.
that would make sense.
And do you think if I tried using magic to dispel this magic, it would fix the problem?
Possibly.
What
Should
if
I
he
try
like?
it?
Well, they're talking about
well.
this. I'm going to turn to Sir Thomas and ask, how long has it been since you've talked to Sirius?
It's been about a week.
Have you?
That would have been nice of you to mention like an hour ago.
You had not
So
asked.
have you?
Yeah, nobody asked.
We didn't think about it.
No, I'm going to turn to this damn robot and I'm going to press this question. Do you not check on him face to face since you're his housekeeper?
I do, but I've asked for commands and so forth, and he has not responded back.
How do you?
And I cannot leave the tower.
You've flown up. Okay, well, hold on, because I have a point here. You've flown up to his frozen face, asked him for commands, and you've gotten nothing.
Correct.
Am I correct up to this point? Okay, and then when we got in here, when we got in here, you said that the only way that we could come up and talk to Sirius is if his life is in danger. Correct?
Yes.
Or if we're yeah. So the fact that he's frozen and hasn't talked to you in a week does not fall in line with that qualification of his life could be in danger?
No, it did, and that's why you were here. However, I
Why did you have to go through all this shit to prove?
I cannot bypass them.
What if he just expired in the 5 hours it took us to go to these different realms
I literally hate this thing.
Asking the wrong guy.
Me too.
If I just tried to dodgeball kick him off the top of the tower, would he survive?
We're not gonna do
He
that.
floats.
We might.
I mean,
He may be able just to fly, so it might not really affect him.
I'm so tired of this flying. Oh my gosh.
It's about the message. It doesn't matter if he dies. It's about the message. The message is that we are all done with this shit.
This is very much like Harry Potter wizards create computer logic.
Yeah.
Okay, Faith and Taylor can stop feeding off the mutual pissed energy and move on. Abe, did you have something to say?
I have a question that I'm going to address to the little dickhead robot.
Sir Thomas
He's a sir after all.
Bitch.
is a lord.
Sir of dumb fuckery.
Okay. I second that. So when you say he's been frozen for a week, completely unchanging, or
Correct. He has not moved.
Okay.
Or
Well,
anything else in that sphere.
I didn't know if it was a moving, like he was moving, but so slowly that none of anyone could perceive it, or if he's actually frozen.
Say that again?
Like, I don't know how to.
I followed what she meant, and if he's frozen, he's frozen, he's frozen, he's frozen. May I approach the body?
Yeah, he's standing upright. He's not on the ground.
I would like to approach him.
Okay, you'll have to enter the sphere to do this.
Approach the body.
I have to go in the sphere?
You have to go into this.
Can I go up
Monochromic
to the
thing.
sphere and not
Yeah.
go in the sphere?
Yeah, you can go up to it.
I would like to do that, and then I would very gently throw a rock at him and go,
That
"You
was what I was
alive?"
going to do.
Okay.
Don't
Yeah, so
throw
you
it
throw
at
the rock.
him. Throw it just in the sphere.
It makes it partway through, and then it still has its color. It makes its way through, and it gets close to him before it freezes and doesn't move any longer.
Ooh, I want to try. I want to throw another rock. Pardon.
Don't throw it. Question on the mechanics of this.
Where are you throwing this? Choose carefully.
Beyond Deacon?
Okay. Same thing applies. Nothing different happens.
Cool.
It goes a little
You
farther.
scared the shit out of me, man. I'm not testing you anymore. When we're done, I would eventually like to cast a spell. Putting that out.
You can cast it now if you'd like.
Question on the mechanics of this. Do we think that the rock is... do we think that it's like the science term for thing in movement?
Inertia?
Like, there we go. Is it the inertia of the rock that's like, if something entered the sphere slower, would it be affected quicker? Or is it...
No.
Okay. Thank you for the word inertia. I couldn't think of it.
I am a scientist.
Spell action has no effect on the situation.
Fuck.
It creates little sparkles and things, and it doesn't do anything.
I got
I
nothing.
assume I need to roll Arcana to see what I can do to dispel this.
Yeah, roll Arcana.
Okay, I'm gonna
You'll
turn
get
to
advantage.
Annabelle and say, "Do you want to help me figure out what's going on here?"
She seems to be deep in thought. Like, just observing the situation, but do roll Arcana with advantage.
Can we tell what would happen if we accidentally hit him with a rock? I don't want to hit him with a rock. I'm just curious as if it would change the outcome of the situation.
Okay, with the 20, I will help sway you from a different path that you guys are kind of going down here. This isn't a magical effect. There's nothing that is being actively done. There's no active magical effect for you to dispel. Yes.
I would like to call out a suggestion from one of our viewers in the chat that I think is lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Beeps asks if we can pull him out, and I think that's a lovely idea. And while it may not exactly be fair gaming, I would like to give this viewer credit and ask if we can do that.
It is possible.
It is worrisome that we get stuck in there too, unless we tie a rope to us.
I was going to say, can we lasso him?
Can Mage Hand tie a rope around him?
Oh yeah,
You could try.
Let's go into there.
What if we threw Sir Thomas in there with a rope attached to him?
I like that idea. Let's do that.
Okay.
Maybe start with the mage hands.
Fair, but like, if Sir Thomas was frozen forever, would any of us really be upset?
I would.
No, I wouldn't.
I like him.
I
He does
like
have
that.
his uses. Does anyone have rope?
I have
Yes.
50 feet of
Everyone should have some sort of rope.
We
at their
have
disposal.
rope.
Okay.
Try it.
For the noble in the
Okey-dokey.
group, they usually travel with somebody that has rope. Us.
Okay. So you want to tie it to Sir Thomas? Is that
No.
no.
Can we or can we not
No.
lasso him like we're at a fucking rodeo?
Well, the rock got frozen in midair. And the
so
rope
that's
would
why I'm
probably
gonna
do the
try to
same
tie
thing.
it around him with Mage Hand. See what happens.
Do you want to drag it in with Mage Hand
Oh.
first?
Yes.
A similar situation kind of happens. Let me see. Check my notes here. Yeah, so you bring the Mage Hand in. Eventually, it gets close enough. It reaches a certain point, and then it also stops, as well as your rope. The rope itself is now fixed by the edge of the monochromatic zone.
Ooh, that's cool.
We can't pull it out.
Can't pull it out. You can pull on it, but
No.
it seems to have tension at the edge point.
Can we just break the sphere?
The sphere cannot be broken as it is not a physical thing.
Can we pinpoint where it might be radiating from?
Roll perception.
Okay, I'm pulling out my book and seeing if he knows what's going on.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you got that. Yeah, so I would say with both of those, you can identify it's about where that crystal is broken. That's
Can I check Oh, the crystal's already broken.
already broken.
Temporal
Your book,
shard is broken.
Madison
he opens up.
is-
He has no idea about any of this. This is unfamiliar territory
Of
for him.
course. Fair enough.
Is Madison is mending a touch distance spell, or is it a?
That's what I was.
You gotta touch it. So it looks
Can we
like
go-
it's from crystal that broke.
Could we throw a rock
Look
at the
at-
crystal?
So
And do what? Break it
rocks
more?
aren't making it all the way to the center. Like it.
Right.
For the sake of helping you guys out here, I'll say you throw a bunch of different rocks, different speeds, do a bunch of tests. You're noticing that yes, there's a bunch of floating rocks now. All of the rocks seem to stop at the same time. So
it's
if you throw
not
it
a
farther, like
distance-
faster in there, it'll make it farther. If you throw it slower in,
Yes.
it won't make it as far before it eventually is frozen.
Okay.
Okay,
we-
there's a relationship between time and speed here then.
There's just a relationship
no.
between time. You have a certain amount of time to move in the bubble before you lose your ability
we-
to move.
Have we been timing this? Do we know how long it is?
Probably figure
This
it out.
group,
the
probably
rocks?
not.
About 6 seconds.
About around.
6 seconds. For rocks,
Okay,
anyway.
so
Of course.
key elements here are time/speed. We've got color seems to matter for some unclear reason. And we can't seem to pull him out.
I have a
we take
suggestion
a
that
giant-
Sylvia's gonna yell at me.
What are
We
you
have-
gonna run in and grab him?
Well, somebody could move fast enough to run in and get him out. Maybe.
I think
Can we
it's
take a giant? Can we take a giant stick and try to okay, a stick, a pole is going to move faster. It's going to move at a rapid speed if we shove it quick enough. Can we try to shove him out of the circle? out of the sphere?
I think I'll add to this with your tests. You notice that anything that you throw in there does not affect what has already been frozen in there. Things that are already frozen cannot be interacted with.
Okay.
So we probably can't grab them.
Well, they're doing all the testing. Can Gorfrak go down to the lab and see if there are any notes on dunamancy or time crystals or anything?
Yeah,
perhaps maybe the 25. Perhaps maybe the 25 we got earlier would have uncovered any of these notes.
If the person who rolled it goes with you.
Can we tell if this sphere is like an actual sphere, or is it something that, like, okay, could we dig underneath it?
You don't know, honestly.
It's a rock.
You do not know how thick the tower is.
But I'm saying, like, it's not an actual bubble. It
looks bubblish.
Okay.
An
enclosed sphere, I guess, is what I meant to say.
In combination with the 25 that Sylvia got, and I'm assuming, Sylvia, you're probably going to assist Gorfrak in this investigation process.
Yeah.
So yeah, you find, again, a bunch of stuff on this. Like, it seems like he had prepped an experiment to do. He had everything set out to go, and then he didn't return back. So you have his notes. You probably can help decipher it. And that might be able to assist you. And he has a bunch of resources relating to it as well.
Do we need to roll Arcana to decipher, or can we just use that investigation?
You'll need Arcana. This is, from what it seems, this is very experimental magic at extremely high level.
Cool. Sylvia, I am assisting you.
Lenfro just sitting staring at the bubble being babysat by Kai.
Yes.
With that Arcana, you realize this is very much out of your depth.
Oh no.
Yes.
I'm assuming my high insight won't be of any use here.
Probably not.
Upper Arcana.
So I'll add to this Arcana there. This is, if you had someone to assist you that was also of high enough skill, they probably could help you with this, but this is very much not in your league. As in, I'm telling you, you are currently at a 0% chance of deciphering them.
What if is Elabella high level enough?
You could ask her.
Honestly, I'd rather die.
Yeah, but you're not.
You have to ask her.
Elabella, would you be able to help us with this? We're kind of drawing a blank here.
This is very high level.
Yeah,
I can certainly try.
Thank you.
She'll look it over with you for a little bit here, and so we'll say that you're taking some time right now. Is anything else that anyone wants to do while they're doing this?
Are there any solid items to add to our testing? I want to see if you stick something solid in it, like a broom handle, and you let it stay, can you pull something solid back out versus?
No, we already tried that with the rope, remember?
Yeah, so the part that gets frozen in there, your broom is now fixed.
Cool.
What happens if Lionrith breathes fire into it?
That's what I'm
He breathes frost.
Fire is a rapid release of energy, so maybe it's fast enough.
That's interesting.
I was going to ask that too, because what if we set the rope on fire? Would the rope burn all the way through, or would it stop at the edge of the sphere?
I was kind of thinking if Lionrith could aim it just well enough, we just singe his booty a little bit and maybe he'll run out.
Okay.
He would have moved. He could.
I could send a tidal wave through there. That might be fast enough.
So,
pretty sure that fire's faster than water.
This is what you get out of this. He's like, okay. He breathes into it. It goes through, and it does not lose its color.
Ooh.
He keeps saying that. What does it mean? What does the color mean?
Wait, I do have a relevant question.
I think it's just indicative of it being frozen in time.
Everything we've thrown, has it eventually lost its color?
Oh, yeah. Every single anytime something stops doing it, it's lost its color.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
So-
He keeps bringing that up.
Could we?
Which I think is just indicative of it being frozen in time.
Could we
I will say
experiment with?
his breath
Color is a reflection of light if it's totally stationary. not reflecting
does
light.
continue to stay. It does not lose its color. It's still there. And
Can
it has
we
affected
experiment
anything that's been in there.
After Lionrith. Hold on.
So what? It was frost that Lionrith blew out.
Frost-like
Fire.
substance, yeah.
So could
It
we?
wasn't fire?
also-
He doesn't have fire.
What the
could
hell?
we try
Okay,
with
that's
fire
news to me.
and other elements to see if other elements are affected the same way? Like, could we throw a bucket of water and see if the water freezes, or throw
I
a?
can just
Well,
use shape. I
Gorfrak
can
has
use shape
tidal
water.
wave.
I'm gonna
I have
honestly, this is gonna be
fire
really
spell.
funny.
It's not elements. It's not elements. I know it.
That's what I'm saying.
You do those things.
Why is it going to be?
Everything else acts the exact same. Lionrith is still different.
I'm pretty
I have
sure
a
it's
question.
because he's a magical baby.
He's got God breath. Since he's the child of the goddess.
Yes, dear.
Yes. Oh yeah. So
Well,
your
first
element
of all-
thing doesn't work. Yeah.
You can probably smell smoke from Fern thinking so hard. Second of all, if we try to send in a mage hand without anything, does the mage hand persist?
Its
in the
hand
dough?
is frozen in there.
Okay, I was checking that.
Have we tried this in
Also,
glad-
Sybil?
yes.
That's weird.
Can Sybil go through?
Huh?
Can Sybil go through? I could try conjuring an animal to go in and grab him.
Like something
You
magical.
know what? I'll help you out here. There are a bunch of birds who seem to have entered the sphere at the same time and are stopped all at the top of it.
Okay, thank you.
So I
Thank you
don't.
for
I'm
not
not.
letting me waste all the way.
I do not want to sacrifice Lionrith. I'm curious as to how far we
I'm
think
so
this.
scared.
No.
We're all thinking that same direction.
I'm curious as to how far we all think this extends. Is it just Lionrith's breath, or that's immune, or is it Lionrith as a whole? I don't want to put him in the sphere. We're not putting him anywhere near the sphere. I'm just like, are we thinking magical creature or specifically Lionrith?
Did we try fire? Did anything happen with fire?
All elemental stuff did not work.
Except for Lion.
Why don't we just have Lionrith spit in that direction and see what happens? Because then that
Or,
would
like, chuck
answer
a
for us if
scale
it's
in
his
there.
DNA. Oh, but that's mean.
Wait. Does he have claws? Does Lionrith have claws?
He does.
Can he survive losing a claw?
No!
No.
He
I'm
acts
not
like a
willing for that.
finger. What is wrong with you?
Okay,
You
wait,
are it's straight to
Kaya-
jail. Straight to jail.
As
Prison,
soon as-
no bail,
as soon as
no
Kaya-
parole.
As soon as Kaya suggests dismembering Lionrith, I turn back to Alabella and I'm like, do you have anything?
No. Okay, no. My thought, like on cat's claws and dog's claws, how you can cut the tip of the claw off without affecting.
Yeah,
It's like
you can
trimming a nail.
cut their nail, but you suggested
That's what I'm
declawing
asking.
this man.
No, I didn't say it right. I meant like if he stuck the tip of his claw and like he was clipping a nail. Could we have him hold the tip of his claw, not his paw, not any part of him that would be injured if it got stuck, but something we could
That's
clip
why I
off. without
suggested
harming
like a
him.
loose scale.
Scale would work. But what if it loses? What if it doesn't work if it's not attached to him?
I mean, he has magic breath one attached to him.
Yeah.
Touche. Let's do a scale. That seems less complicated.
Hey, Lionrith, you
long-
got any loose scales?
Oh my god, that's a horrifying question.
He doesn't. No.
Ah, shit.
Would he let us trim his nails?
Roll persuasion.
I'll do it.
D&D becomes,
You'll need a 13.
D&D becomes Pet Life Simulator.
Just picturing
This
like
is-
Jenna now, who would scream as I tried to cut her nails.
This is
Yeah,
going to
so-
be such a simple solution.
Yeah, he's like, okay, yeah. Do I just need to hold it there for a little bit?
I'm not trimming
Yeah,
his nails. I'll probably
or-
accidentally cut his finger off.
No, but I'm assuming you're meaning you want him to poke his like a tiny little talon in.
Yes, like the very
Yes.
tip.
No.
Yes. Make sure he knows not to hurt himself.
Do we not want to like clip it off and then throw it in there? We want to like have him put a portion of his body in this thing, still connected.
I'm with Rose.
Just the
Put off
tip
the piece,
of the
toss it
claw.
in.
It's like if you put in a long fingernail and then you break it off, nothing hurts.
Excuse you. That's not how that works.
That's what claws are.
But still, have you ever torn a long fingernail? It hurts like the dickens.
It does hurt,
try
and I'm
trimming
literally
it
laughing
first.
so hard I'm crying.
I'm with Rose. I think we shave off a little bit of toenail and throw it in the sewer.
It has to be disconnected from his body. We are not putting a portion of this baby. He's a literal baby. We're not putting a portion of an infant into something that could harm him. Did we not go over this at the beginning? We are not encouraging child harm.
That's a callback.
Yes. I would like to just
point out that whenever this crystal effect ends, the amount of just unfrozen objects.
Nathaniel's
That's what I was thinking earlier.
I'm blurry.
Nathaniel, you'll come
Very
back
well.
into focus in a minute. Don't worry about it. It does this to you every now and then.
Here's Deacon might just die.
Yeah.
Stoned to death.
Also,
Then
on
you
a
don't get
side
your
note,
ass
this
back.
explains. This is the highlight of why I should never have kids, because you said, and I was like, no, he won't remember.
Yeah, that's the concern, that he's going to remember this in 50 years. Not that he's not going to exist after today.
It's not traumatizing if he doesn't remember.
Or if
Here,
he's dead.
Let me answer some questions just so we can get help you guys moving through this. One thing for you, Sophia, you have enough to cast a spell of some sort on it. However, this is very high level, and you know that this might go poorly if it's done improper.
Oh, but the spell magic didn't work.
Well, this is
I guess
Okay.
Right.
on the other side of that, you try to like do anything affecting his nails, and they are unbreakable, touchable, whatever you want.
So he has to poke him in there.
No, because then he'll be stuck because we can't get him out.
Hell, we can't break his nails. Maybe they can't break his nails.
No, we're not putting any portion of this baby's body into this thing. I am standing against this firmly.
Your skin blurrier as time goes on.
Your
Nathaniel's
punishment.
getting end game.
It's the blurring of our morals.
Yes, Taylor.
Okay, so I'm still in Avery's camp that we don't put Lionrith in the bubble. But we've established that it takes about 6 seconds for the time frozen effect to happen.
Correct.
And so I would like to place before the committee the option of Lionrith taking a singular swipe, which would be less than 1 second, or like dipping his hand in and then taking it out in under 5 seconds to see if he can like feel any of the effects, like as if he starts to feel it or anything like that, or we notice his scales start to turn gray versus white, to see if he's unaffected.
But how would that be any different than us putting ours foot in there?
Right.
We don't know what it's like for a
but
normal person.
If Lionrith is immune, then that tells us. Obviously, I think we're all going to be affected because Sears Deacon's a humanoid. We're humanoids. But Lionrith is the only party member so far that has had any kind of producible effect that isn't affected. And so until Elabella reports back on if she's found anything in his notes.
Hey,
or we
Home
just
Slice.
leave.
I'm the only humanoid. The rest of you are something else.
We're all humanoids, we're not all human.
Anything
Not
bipedal.
humans.
I'm just saying I rolled a 2 in intelligence and it shows.
Well, but then
Technically, everyone here
okay.
is a humanoid, except Lionrith.
So
and following that logic,
Right.
as long as he only gets the tips of his claws in, again, it doesn't matter if the tips of his claws are frozen in time because they're nails. It's not going to negatively
I'm
affect.
I'm starting to
I have a
think
spell
we
that
just
I
need to
can
get
cast
off the
that's in-
ethics of Lionrith and move on to trying something else.
This is a moot point. It's a moot point if I can cast a spell that can disable it somehow.
Well,
What
you better
spell?
try and not fuck it up, or it
Also,
might
when
like
you
trap
said
all of
Chromatic
us.
orb?
when the, you,
Chromatic orb? Question mark?
when you said the spell could go poorly, are we talking kill everyone in sight poorly, or it might make us go blind or deaf or something?
I think with
Yeah,
especially with
that's
Elbella's help, you can probably identify that it will likely extend the zone.
Okay.
So the rest of
Oh.
us
Good.
goes down a floor,
I like that idea.
maybe two.
But which spell? Is it a spell in
It's not a
Sirius's
specialty
notes, or-
spell. It's a custom spell that Deacon created that if something like this were to occur, that he could recontain it. However, Deacon can cast this, but this is Deacon's specific notes at his level.
Okay.
So,
So, like,
Sylvia, with Elabella's help, has deciphered it enough to where she probably can cast it, but there will be bad consequences if it fails.
Are there any
And,
spells?
and I will say this: it is a very difficult. It's possible, but difficult.
Would you
Is-
share the mechanics of it?
She needs to roll an Arcana 20 3 times.
Three?
Uh,
3 times.
Could
and I don't have
Three
any
times
good
that-
rolls.
Did Alabella do the rolls?
She won't.
She won't.
Is this? Is I again newbie to D&D? Are there any spells that would take less than? I don't want anyone to go in, but if there's a spell that takes less than 6 seconds, could we cast a spell and break it from the inside?
Every spell, most spells occur within 6 seconds. But
Do we think the orb or the sphere might be more vulnerable from the inside as long as we are functioning to do it and not frozen? I'm staring at you, DM.
I know. I'm thinking. So from what you're understanding of it is that this is a symptom of something that's already happened. So if you're able to revert what happened, this will go away.
yeah, but
So
we
it's
don't
not
have
like you
any.
can cast a magic to get rid of something that's already there. You have to fix the problem that caused it.
Which is theoretically the broken glass, but mending is a touch spell. And it takes a minute.
And so far, the only thing that you've seen to be any effect has been his line with his breath.
Wait, okay, so if someone got in, even though the spell takes a minute, would the spell continue working after the caster was frozen?
It takes
Well, no,
an
like, it
effect
takes a
after
minute
the
to
end of a
cast.
minute.
Oh, okay.
I don't think the answer is sending anybody in. I
I'm
feel
not
like that's
wanting to send anybody in. I'm trying to think of solutions.
But that's what you're inferring to send someone in to cast a spell. Is that?
Well, if
Not
mending
necessarily.
took 6 seconds, we could probably do that. But it
You have
doesn't.
to
I'll
have
be right back.
time to reach the crystal. I have a question. Could
Yeah.
Alabella or sorry,
Urjar?
Aerith. No, can Alabella or Sylvia discern from the notes if this is a Dunamancy spell or an Abjuration spell?
This is
Because
Dunamancy.
I'm thinking Dunamancy. Okay, because I know that Fern has that orb, that protective orb spell. I don't know if that would
Oh, yeah.
lengthen.
What? It's a 4th level
lengthen the
spell.
time? Oh, and you've burned it already. Okay.
And I don't think the solution, well, to get meta, it might not be tied to one spell, because that would require that we have that spell prepared, when we might not. But I also can't think of a way to reverse what's already happened without, like, another time manipulation spell, which, we don't have.
I have a question for Let, because I think this would be an insight checkable thing. Insight wise, could we theoretically remove Cirrus Deacon with a spell and that solve the problem?
That's not
Well,
insight.
insight.
Insight's looking at people.
You know what? I'll take it, but I'll spin it a little bit.
I respect that.
If
Holy
that isn't accepted, I don't know what would be.
natural
Hmm.
20, 30 insight. Come
I
on,
was
you gotta
saying-
give us
So-
something.
I'm going to give you something.
30
You're going to get something
We're
good out of this, I think.
floundering like toddlers in a kiddie pool here.
So,
I'm 30 at level 7.
You're looking through the situation here. You kind of think back to your time with the monks of like, again, well, you may not have listened through everything. They did teach you a lot about problem solving and just kind of like being able to interpret a situation and like thinking of the best way to resolve it. One thing that you know right off the bat, Sylvia's method is very dangerous. You're getting red flags constantly anytime she mentions it. And Elabella, with this 30, doesn't seem too convinced about it, but she seems to be very aware of the entire situation. There is likely probably other solutions that Deacon had that were to, if his spell failed. At the same time, you would imagine that there are probably ways of affecting yourself while you're in it. But one thing that really sticks out to you is that Lionrith's breath is still active right now in it. Like,
Can I just relay all that to the team?
Oh yeah, like you don't have to repeat everybody, but I would say
What do you
out
mean his
of
breath is still active? It didn't fade?
no, it's still going. It's still there.
Is that what the
It's still
ingredients?
colorful. It's even affected a little bit of stuff around it. It's completely fine.
Could we have him blow more until? Could we like theoretically fill up this sphere? You said it's affecting things. Would it?
Yes. So theoretically you could, but practicality, he is a young child who can only breathe so often.
I hope he's breathing
Baby.
constantly.
Yeah.
You said
Very
we.
nice.
You said we could affect ourselves. Is that what some of the ingredients in the lab could be used for?
Could be. If you had certain spells that were Doomancy adjacent. Again, Let doesn't know any of these spells, but I do have a list on myself that could use to alter the situation.
Those be in Sirius's notes if we looked further.
You know what? Because of the investigation stuff, I'll give you one for sure. Since it seems to stop things in there, if you had the spell haste on you, that likely would be provided a defensive mechanism.
So convenient. I have haste.
Right. That you have haste and you haven't used it yet? Haste is such a great spell.
Yeah, I have haste.
I'm
I'm too busy burning opponents most of the time.
now. I'm
And
curious.
I think for my final description of everything,
Mhm.
because you guys are really dodging this, and this is a 30, and I think this deserves it. Hint, hint. The breath is still active.
What I'm trying to say is, if he
that.
breathes on us, does it like? Can we coat ourselves
It will
in it?
damage you.
Sounds gross.
Right, that's the problem.
I think the barn side of the barn that we're missing right now is that Lioness is not affected by this. I truly think that because he is the child of Valdara, who is a goddess, he is
We
We
not
don't know
affected.
that though. Like our characters
You don't know that, but
That's true. Okay, sorry, I forgot about that. My bad. I apologize.
I will say that, like, this is a very odd, like, you've tossed everything into this thing, and nothing else has worked.
Gotta be a little honest. Kai is kind of butthurt because she suggested this at the very fucking beginning, and everyone was like,
Endanger
"We
the
can't
child."
traumatize a child."
I mean, to us, he's a little baby that we found him on the road, literally
Chasing a
chasing a
frog.
a lizard, a frog.
And I'm
Yeah.
the one who comforted him when everyone else was too busy staring at a creepy ass portal, and he was freaking out. I care about him too, but needs must.
So that's all I'll give you.
Oh,
So
I
use that as you will.
I have a scene, or rather something I'd like to go say to Lionrith.
Okay.
Because I realize I haven't actually touched on this yet. But I figure maybe while people are talking and yelling and being exasperated, wander over Lionrith and crouch down beside him and look out at the dome and say, "So you saw the celestial plane, it was like this, right?"
He nods. but doesn't look at you.
I have a question.
Yes, go for
Was
it.
Lionrith in the celestial plane?
We don't know.
Like,
We don't know.
No one went into the plane because it was that gray thing, and immediately the Sir Thomas was like, "That's dangerous. Don't do it." So you just kind of got some flowers from the. And
also, are we
you're
to
fine.
assume? Are we to assume there was no wind in the celestial plane because all the wind was frozen in time too? Okay,
Correct.
continue.
So
So it's obviously not elemental.
Lionrith, what do you think is the same between that place and right in here?
He kind of looks kind of back at it and then kind of says, it's not good.
That makes sense. Why do you say that? Have you seen this before?
Sort of like a feeling.
I guess that makes sense. I don't know. You seem kind of freaked out when we saw the plane, and I get it.
It smelled very familiar, and it's kind of sad to see it like that.
It was sad. I remember when Sylvia's book was reading out ingredient lists, it mentioned Bethany from that place. And that was also the flower that we found at the theater that was supposed to help us figure out where the hell you came from. So, do you think you might have been there before?
And thinks about it a bit and then says, "It maybe."
You don't have to know. I don't know.
I have a question.
Over here.
Yes.
I thought he was freaked out last time round, but couldn't remember why he was freaked out, couldn't tell me why when I walked over and was like, "You good, my dude?" He was like, "I don't know, I just feel funky."
Correct.
So, but here he can remember why he doesn't like it. It's like,
it seems like whatever he saw in the previous era had affected his memory in some regard.
Okay.
This area does not appear to affect his memory as much.
Oh, yeah.
As much?
Faith, we know that Lionrith has memory blocks and problems when he encounters certain things.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's something that we as a party have already figured out, but you weren't present.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So Lionrith, do you think while there are you and you want to try sticking your fingers in there?
I can. Do you think it's safe?
Honestly, I have no idea. But your frost breath is the only thing that ain't been completely frozen. So maybe if you wiggle the tips of your claws in there and see if anything happens.
He looks at the rest of the group who are in deep discussion and debates, and then looks back to you and he's like, "Okay," and just goes up and does it.
Yes.
And so I think there is
Of
that
course.
moment where all of you are in the discussion, you look over and you're like, oh, it's like a slow-mo, oh no.
For a minute, they're like,
and nothing happens to him.
Even after
It'll be
6
fine.
seconds?
Yeah, be fine.
Hey,
I'd like
take
to
more of your
toss in
hand
that-
in there.
I'd like to toss in that even though I don't like this, or even though I've kind of advocated for this, I don't like it. It's freaking me the fuck out, and I'm fighting every little fighting urge I have not to go over and grab him and go, "No, stay away from the death bubble."
He sticks
I
his
jumped to my feet.
paw
It worked.
and has no issues.
We got a solution. Sylvia, guys, stop
Poor
yelling.
Marcus.
Stop getting angry. We did it.
Warcraft was there mid yelling at Sylvia and just deadpan stops and is fixed. On
Why were you
what's
yelling
going
at
on.
Sylvia?
We're in a loud conversation.
Yeah, we're in a loud conversation of some sort.
Our theories, all of our theories.
Yeah.
Eerie.
We're the smarticles. We've got
Yeah.
theories.
We did it. Lionrith, can you
remove Cirrus?
Please.
Do you want him to fully enter in?
Oh God, not that question.
maybe
I'm going to step backwards from this.
He can ease in.
How about stick the head in next for 6 seconds and see what happens?
Still no issues.
I'm sorry. I just have to say that out of context, this conversation sounds horrible.
You didn't need to say that. I thought about it as soon as the words left my mouth, but you didn't need to point it out.
For the sake of helping you out here, he can fully enter in, and nothing happens to him.
Linus, you're
Can you still hear
amazing.
us?
Yeah, he interacts with the things in there as he would normally.
Please tell me he's not distracted by the pretty floating rocks.
No, but he can move them.
Okay.
Cool.
Can he move Sirius Deacon? Can he
try.
grab him gently and pull him
Gently.
gently?
Certainly
Gently is the
can
key word here.
try.
He's a pretty little guy, but he's not that little.
He's got claws and
You know,
teeth. Just
He
dead
probably
man
weighs
him
about as
out.
much as a fern.
Hey,
Couple
DM,
tooth marks
Yeah?
being eternally frozen in a time field.
is this something we could potentially resolve next week? Because since we were running a little overtime today, I'm starting to get pretty tight on my schedule.
We're almost done here. I was going
Okay.
to do a big reveal and everything.
Okay.
Way to ruin it.
Yeah, with a 19, he is very able to pull Seer Deacon out, and it restores him to normal. In doing so, a large magical effect kind of happens that fails because part of him's in and out, so whatever he was casting fails. And he pops out, and he looks at the rest of you, and he says, "I'm very, and he looks kind of around. He's like, "Okay, we should probably talk about this." And
We're all confused too. It's okay.
I'd say so.
yes, as he looks to everyone in the group, and then Lyrith, of course, says, "I got you out." And he even looks even more confused, and he's like, I remember. I think we should all talk." And then that's where we end for today.
Dun, dun,
Yes!
dun.
I thought we would talk to him more, but I'm good with getting the chance to talk to him next week.
And that'll be all for today. So thank you guys all for attending. We'll hopefully be around for next Tuesday as we figure out what Deacon knows. So see you next time.